I'd like to begin with a general question about the relations between deconstruction and Christianity. You've pointed out that deconstruction is not to be regarded as a set of theses that can be simply removed from the contexts in which you write and applied to other contexts. It has neither a thetic character nor a proper home. Rather, deconstruction exists in its applications. It's forever mobile, reformulating itself in quite different places and times. In your early work, you came to deconstruction by way of particular philosophical and literary contexts. But as you know, deconstruction also has a rich Judeo-Christian heritage. One could see Heidegger's destruction of metaphysics as a folding of Luther's Heidelberg Disputation, which itself folds St. Paul's warning to the Corinthians, which has itself already folded Isaiah's vision of Yahweh's sentence, "I will destroy the wisdom of the wise." I'm not suggesting that deconstruction can be translated without remainder by Heidegger's destruction, or that destruction can be translated without remainder by Luther's destructur. Rather, I'm drawing attention to a Judeo-Christian heritage of deconstruction. If this heritage exists and has effects, wouldn't a deconstruction of Christianity be bound to meet an internal limit? I'm thinking of Jean-Luc Nancy's project, needless to say, but more generally of movements of deconstruction already in Christianity, beginning with the formation of the canon and the writings of the Church Fathers. What sort of negotiations do you see as significant in that encounter?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the word negotiations is a very difficult one here, because this negotiation, if there is such a thing, it shouldn't be a compromise. It would be a very risky movement. But of course, and I would totally agree with you, there is a Christian heritage, a Judeo-Christian heritage. And since you mentioned Jean-Luc Nancy's project, Jean-Luc Nancy's, I know that not everyone in this room knows the context in which, in France, I've been working during the last years. Jean-Luc Nancy is one of my best friends, who is currently in France, who is currently writing or trying to write what he calls a book on deconstruction of Christianity. And already in the preface that he gave to this book, he agrees that Christianity is already self-deconstructed, so that the deconstruction of Christianity might be, in a certain way, the achievement of Christianity. And this could be true in many ways, not only because of the tradition that you recalled, Heidegger's Deconstruction, implying, without being reducible to it, implying Luther's project of Deconstruction, and so on and so forth, but also because, and of course the way I try and practice deconstruction would be an attempt to, on the one hand, understand this tradition with its differences, the internal differences, and its breaks, because Heidegger cannot be reduced to Luther, and so on and so forth. But at the same time, while I try to understand and to assume and to accept in a certain way this tradition, I would try to do something else. That is what I call deconstruction. I have a secret hope that it affects this tradition, not by betraying it, not by simply deforming it, but in a certain way affects this tradition in a unexpected, in a new way. Now, this other way, I could give you a number of signs of the fact that what I'm doing is not Heideggerian, as you know. It's not Lutheran either. But this doesn't mean, and I think I would agree with you on that point, this doesn't mean that it's totally foreign to Jewish, Christian, or even Islamic possibility. Now, if